Hey guys, it's Michael Todd and welcome to The.Cult.Of.Vintage. Today we are at a brand new place for me. I am in Hanover, Pennsylvania. I don't know that I've ever been in Hanover, Pennsylvania, but we are at the Black's, oh, we're at the Black Rose, not the Black's. And joining me today, you guys, is Jason and Tina from Mother Tucker's Antiques. You know them, you love them. They're on Instagram. Maybe one day, shortly, they'll be on YouTube. So we're gonna get inside, see what we can't find. I'm already seeing stuff in the windows. Let's check it out, guys. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go on the interior. Just giving you a quick panorama shot here. Now there is a part here to the back. Unfortunately, there was a lot of people there, so I didn't capture that on film. First up, we've got a beautiful display. It's really interesting, giving me like those early 1900s, late 1800 vibes to it. Beautiful Nippon, a lot of hand painted. We've got some Austrian and Carnival glass mixed in there, and a little sprinkling of some kitsch. Now, I do love these beautiful hand painted serving pieces. It's just amazing to see the quality, the detail of a lot of the pieces that people would have decorated with. These are beautiful. I love them. Little cornucopias here. For this set of two, it's $600. So I was like, well, let's just go ahead and we're gonna leave those there. We've got some Goofus glass, clear glass here, some little, they look like Japan pieces. And of course, we have got, yes, a vomit clock. This is the first time I've ever seen one in person. This is done with the stones. Very popular, of course, with the shells. It was an unusual piece, to say the least. Capturing some glass here. Didn't really see anything that was overly exciting. And we're just headed down the main aisle here, and we're going to turn to our left. I do apologize because there was so much natural light coming in directly. Some of the lighting was a little wonky, but love these little leaf vases here. They do appear to be Royal Copley, and I'm saying that because of the two lines down below, though the vendor did have them marked as whole. I still kind of am going with Royal Copley for me. Yeah, here they have them marked as whole leaf in the novelty line. But again, those two lines on the bottom, Hull was pretty good about marking most of their stuff. So what do we got tucked down here? These were really interesting. These little art glass teapots. I was making sure that that lid did not come off. At first I thought maybe it was a perfume bottle. It's not. I like it. It's unusual. However, the subject matter really wasn't speaking to me. So I did ultimately decide to leave those ones behind, though it is a beautiful color. I will say that. Here, talking about art glass, we've got this little frog here. He's a happy little fellow, obviously in green. I think it's more of a contemporary piece, though the vendor priced it only at $10, which I think they recognized it was more of a contemporary piece, which is great for a collector, especially a frog collector. Beautiful little art glass vase there. I've picked one up similar to that in the past. It was a little bit more elaborate than the one you saw there. Here we've got some Jeanette pink little milk glass here. I think these are darling, very feminine, very cottage core, if you will. Of course, we've got a sugar and creamer with the pear design on them. It's pretty common, I will say that, so it didn't excite me. The subject matter, again, really wasn't speaking to me. I have found one of these before, and I believe it was in a red and in a purple. It's a very Italian art glass style, specifically Empoli. Obviously, it is a large decanter or olive oil holder. Jason found, Sewing Susan. It's Misty's nemesis, you guys. She doesn't like her because she brags too much about her acumen in sewing. She says she's got a smug look. I've seen this bank a number of times. It is from a savings and loan, and they're always priced like more than what I would be willing to get them for resale. So eventually I'm holding out hope that I will find one so that I can bring it for sale. It hasn't happened yet, folks. Third time is definitely not the charm on that one. So we've got some great little wall hangings here. Again, a little Royal Copley. We do have some Bosom chalkware here. Little head vase here. She's cute, but not priced where I wouldn't want it to be. Now, this little salt and pepper shaker set is absolutely adorable. It's $14. Obviously, the little tulips come off. The girl is attached to the underplate here, but at 14, I decided we're going to leave it behind. Giving you a quick little overview there. Don't worry, we're going to head down all of the aisles today, you guys. We've got a lot of more contemporary items here. Of course, you have Hot Wheels. This vendor's booth was kind of calling my name. I love looking at all the little tinies on the shelves here. Got some, what is that, Royal Dalton. We've got some Shirley Temple souvenir pieces. This glass vase was really interesting that we're about to see. I loved the color and I love the hand painting. It's very Mary Gregory in style. It was only $12. However, I didn't like the overall quality of the glass itself. Now, I was turning it over to see if it was in fact a green glass or if it had been painted green, but it just, I don't know. Something about it said, no, not for you, Michael. This vendor's booth had obviously a lot of things going on in it. The first thing, of course, out of everything that caught my eye were these super kitschy little ceramic pig banks here. I love all of the applied flowers. Unfortunately, there was some pretty significant damage. And at $15, I did decide to leave her behind. I think if it was like cheaper, I would have picked it up. But again, because of the damage, I thought, oh, no. This little cute one back here, she is a bank. The head would have served as the bank, and then obviously the body would have served as a planter. I was shaking some stuff out of it. Again, priced at $26, I couldn't warrant it. Now, Jason did find a Van Briggle shell here in the Ming glaze. I thought it was beautiful, and he was debating about whether to get it or not. Now, he was on the opposite side of the vendor's booth. I'm on the interior. I do see this beautiful baby blue, powder blue, or robin's egg blue, if you will, deer planter. It's priced at $26. Again, not where I would want it to be for resale. The vendor was having a sale, except for everything that was marked firm. A lot of the stuff was marked firm. Here is a closer up of that Van Briggle shell. It was priced at $55, I believe was the price. It's a beautiful piece, unusual subject matter. However, we ran some quick comps, and that's where it is. So we decided to leave it behind. Now here, this absolutely gorgeous Roseville piece. I absolutely love this pattern. I've not come across this pattern too often. And I will say, yes, there is a small chip here on the back. Unfortunately, there was a lot of scuffing. It was like a silver scuffing. You can kind of see it there on the front. So I did decide to leave it behind. We've got a little bit of Hull, and of course we've got some more Roseville. We've got all kinds of little tinies tucked in here. I love that little German candy container. It's kind of like that cardstock paper mache, little blue duck, if you will. I think he's really cute, but again, I was just, yeah, no. Here we are on the exterior. This is where Jason found the Van Briggle. Great carnival glass here. Again, in the marigold, a lot of clear glass. You all know that by now I am a fan. Got some pretty little opalescent. Of course, that caught my eye. I love it. I don't often find a lot of the carnival in opalescent, so it's always fun to see that. Again, prices were where I would need them to be, even with the sale. So that was sad, but I thought, you know what? Hey, let's check it out. Let's get it on film. Let's share in the experience, right? I love these little Italian ceramic pieces. They did come in green. They typically are for smoking sets. I don't know what maybe matches you could put those in there. I often find them in green and not the black. So that was interesting. This vendor's booth was just chock full of all kinds of goodies. Now, I was seeing a lot of contemporary items, except for this little shiny, little spooked out bunny here. I don't know what kind of cabbage he was getting into, but he was having a day. That is for sure. We've got some great little vintage toys in here. A nice little squeaker at 32. It wasn't where I would want it to be. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that we still can't capture it. And just because I'm not picking it up for resale doesn't mean that, oh, that's too much. You know, there's nothing wrong with a vendor charging retail. they're in business, you know. It's just, again, because I'm trying to pick stuff up for resale, I look for those quote unquote deals. Now, I did see something tucked underneath there. You can see me pointing at it. It is this beautiful. Now, there is some damage on it, okay? This is John Hank, and Hank is spelled with an E on the end. This, to me, looks like one of his earlier pieces. A lot of the later pieces you will see had a lot of transfer wear on it. This one is a bit more artisan in quality. Now, you can kind of see the stamp up there. It almost looks like brown dirt, but that is the John Hank stamp. It is in overall really good condition, especially for its age, late 1800s. Again, like I said, this is one of the earlier pieces. They kind of started to get into quote unquote mass production with the transfer wear. They did attempt to fill in the color. I am going to remove that coloring because I think that it is far too distracting, and I would rather see the raw edge. I think the raw edge would blend in better, and at $42, it was a steal. Oh, look. It's Sewing Susan. Now, I love shopping with Jason and Tina. He was freaked out by the tiny little hands, but that didn't stop him. Oh no. He has got these little Sequins dolls here. Of course, they have foam bodies. Look at these ones are really good. That's why I love shopping with them, because they have an eye for kind of like the trashy kind of stuff too. I love it. I appreciate it. And it's so fun to see somebody else share in that joy. Love the Red Riding Hood set. They made so many pieces for these. If you can find a good deal on them, I say do pick them up. There is some good value on them. Kind of checking stuff out. Nothing was really speaking my name. I do see a little Westmoreland Agronaut down here. It does appear that it was painted at one time. It's obviously not in that, the paint is not in that good of a condition anymore. I actually own one of those. I love those. They did a variety of those. Now, I do find a Fenton milk glass swung vase. It was priced at only $18. I love these. They are timeless. They're going to go in with any decor. They will be used year round. So at $18, I do decide to pick it up, even though I'm setting it down. I did buy it, I promise. Here we've got this great little frog planter. He was priced at only $14. Now, I do believe this is like original McCoy. He had, unfortunately, some significant damage. Oh, yeah, it is McCoy there. You see the mark. But he did have quite a bit of damage, so I did decide to leave him behind. Now, this little fish here on the top, he immediately caught my eye. I love that yellow with that sprayed glaze with him, that bright little blue eye. He is so darling. I don't know the manufacturer. I am going to assume it is an American company, perhaps in Ohio or California, and $8, I definitely picked it up. Right below that fish was a Mexican pottery fish. This is unusual subject matter. Unfortunately, there was some damage to him. I love the fact that he kind of had two looks. His more simple side here, I was struggling. Get off of there, tag. I love this side, the more simple, and he did have some glaze slipping there, and then his obviously more colorful side here. And at $6, I think that's a great deal, most especially for a collector. Here we've got some Lefton. These are wall plaques. Yes, original sticker. Look, even the Wentz. I was very excited about these. They were only $8, so I most definitely picked them up. Now, I had started to really get a lot of stuff here, and I was like, I need a basket. And I walked up front, and I said, oh, they have carts. So we did have a cart. I loved it. We're headed back down, and we're going to go right to where we left off, folks. Don't you worry. Yes, we are. Alrighty, right across from the fish, we are going to see there was a bright, colorful glass here. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, look at that color play on my hand. I love it. This one to me is Reading Viking with the drapery detail. Obviously is footed in the persimmon. I love it when a vendor will light their glass up. It really, if it's not in like a natural light source, because it really does attract or command your attention, because it's like, look, I'm bright and sparkly over here. What will also catch my attention is whenever a vendor switches things up for the season. Obviously, this is spring and Easter. It's bright, it's colorful, it's cheerful. It immediately catches my eye because it's very kitschy in its overall aesthetic. And it draws me in. I want to check everything out. I'm like, this vendor is obviously switching stuff up. So that's something to keep in mind. Inside the little cabinet, you see that little puppy back there. He's adorable. Definitely padlocked up for security. You ain't getting in here. Which is most definitely a sad, sad reality for a lot of vendors at antique malls. Just buy your stuff, folks. Just buy it. These little squid, I love them. They're adorable. They are contemporary, though that's not to say that certainly a collector couldn't pick those up and appreciate and love them. Down here, that fur was catching my eye, and it's this little furred rooster. Here, we've got a great mid-century little ewer here. It's a nicer one with those applied berries and the leaves. Excellent condition, no chipping or cracking. I know it's not necessarily everybody's vibe, but I appreciated the time and effort that went into it. It was $5. And you guys, the vendor was having a 50% off sale. So it was, well, items marked at 50% off. So it was only $2.50. I'm showing you the back of the tag here. So yeah, at $2.50, of course I'm going to pick it up. Why not? I'm like, is everything stamped 50? No, everything is not stamped 50% off. As example is this brown glazed teapot. It's only $8. I love the bright colors on those. It's beautiful. It's kitschy. It's mod. And at $8, I do decide to pick it up. And I said, this is $4. And Tina's like, no, it's that teacup. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy it all. Wrong. It's Fitz and Floyd. It is $69 for the set, which is still a phenomenal deal. It really is, again, given the beauty of the set. Now, this wasn't 50% off. If it was 50% off, I would have snatched it up. I'm not going to lie. I'm obsessed with the teapots lately. Now, Tina is kind of in the beginning stages of learning how to film. And I was like, girl, you're shooting the wrong way. You're shooting for Instagram. She's like, oh. She's capturing a darling little kitschy pig here. Look at those rhinestone eyes. We're checking out the price. There was 2 prices, so they were recycling their tag. Now, Jason picked up these, oh my, Show and Pulse. Goodness. They were super fun. Smokey the Bear salt and pepper shakers here at only $22. Super cute, great. The price is good for a collector because they're very uncommon, or hard to find, I should say. And speaking of hard to find, Jason found this Master Crafters. This is a clock, so you plug it in. It does actually light up, and a little guy inside will ring the bell. Unfortunately, the vendor did have it marked that the light would work, but the knob on the back to actually rotate the clock was broken off, so that was sad. Talking about unusual subject matter, it is a little table set here. It's a camel with salt and pepper and an oil and vinegar little cruets. I thought that was really cute, but again, the price just wasn't where I would want it to be. Now we're checking out the cabinets here. Do you see the little sea lions in there? Look at, they have little manes. Get it? The sea lion. I thought that was so cute. Love them. Now Tina thinks that they were probably Goebel. We couldn't see the price, so I was like, I'm not going to bother them. Great little retro toys in here. And then on the other side, we do have this Westmoreland jadeite styled nested lion. I do pick this up. I know that might seem extravagant, but it's well worth it. In my opinion, well worth it. Right next door, we've got a little Hull vase here at only $18. I love this. You guys have really demonstrated a passion and love for the Hull pieces, so I did pick it up. Very unusual. This is a Victorian style art glass. On the sides here, you're not seeing things. It is a clear molded glass face that is stuck to the sides. Now, this could be more of a contemporary, but the subject matter was so unusual that I did decide to go ahead and pick this piece up. We've got some Fenton Glass here. I love, love, love the lily pad style here. I don't know if this one would fluoresce. A lot of times, the older stuff is more of like the creamier though that one very well could have fluoresced. Underneath, we're seeing some Fenton Cameo Glass. I love this brown opalescent, very like root beer float to it. Right next door to it, again, we were seeing some carnivalized. Again, here I go with words. Opalescent. I love the effect to this. I love that organic footed sculptural piece to it. It could be Jefferson, it could be Dugan, I'm unsure. $28, again, marked firm. I think is a great price, especially for a collector. Again, unusual subject matter is really what will draw me to a piece. Again, being unique, being different, getting something that not everybody will have. Of course, we're seeing some more milk glass here. I loved it. I love the footed base to it. Unfortunately, again, it just wasn't priced where I would want it to be for resale, though I think very fair for a collector. So we're taking our time making sure that, we don't drop or break any of the glass, because that would be bad. I was very attracted to this piece, and I was hemming and hawing. I don't know. Do I regret not getting it? No. If I got it, I love it. That's one of those things I was ambivalent about, so I was like, okay, time to move on. Here we've got a little collection of Fenton pieces. We do, of course, have clear glass in the opalescent. This is the earlier Fenton. You can tell by the spikes on the hobnail. They're very pointy, so I do pick those two pieces up. Jason, of course, found the Galaxy syrup bottles. They are $22.50. He graciously allowed me the green guy there, and he picked up the blue. But here, again, we're getting 30% off, so I do pick up the small vase as well as the fan vase because I'd like to sell those as a collection. Tina pointed out some Roseville in the Frisia because this is my favorite pattern. And it's my favorite because of that green glaze that they use as the background. These are, of course, bookends. There was, unfortunately, a large chip, and it looks like it was dropped. So we do have a crack running through it. I think that they were priced accordingly, and I think for a $35 for the set, for a casual collector, I think that that would be a great deal. Speaking of the Galaxy syrup bottles, I thought I found a whole unopened box, and I was like, $25? Could it be? Could it be? Yeah, no, it couldn't be. The box was there, but it was empty. I did pick up a little kitsch today. We've got the cow and bull salt and pepper shakers. They were only $11. I thought they were super cute, so I thought, heck yeah. Here we're walking in. There's a lot of jadeite in here. The Homer Lachlan mixing bowl set. I absolutely love this color. I love the sculpt to this. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I think this would look amazing in a contemporary home with a lot of clear glass and kind of like a white backdrop. Oh, I think that would be stunning. There's just not a lot of resale value on those, which is sad and disappointing because I love them so much. But it doesn't matter. If you love something, it doesn't matter. We got a little Royal Dalton here, the Merlin mug. I love that. But what caught my eye was this piece in the back. And I was like, oh, certainly this is a humidor. Yeah, it's not a humidor. It is a Stein, and I'm going to use that word in quotations. It's obviously missing its thumb lever. This is from Ardalt. It is a Japan piece. It's priced at only $18. It is a handle mug. I love him. He's unusual. It is reading an earlier piece to me. Ardalt does some beautiful pieces. Again, unusual subject matter. So I do decide to go ahead and pick him up. Speaking of unusual things, I mean, who doesn't need a teapot with a pigtailed girl and the spout is her pigtail? Now, she is not Miss Cutie Pie. I forget her name, but she's really cute. The vendor had her priced at $25, I believe it was, which is the retail price on these. You would think that they would command a little bit more value, but unfortunately they don't. So I do decide to go ahead and leave her behind. But she is very darling, but priced accordingly. Now, the same vendor had this absolutely beautiful, I'm telling you, beautiful piece of slag glass. It is at $28. I love how they called it tropical. To me, it's reading like it's almost quartz, or it's like a mineral, like it was mined and then sculpted. Look at, oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? Yes, so I do pick this up. It's the Kawanaha Kawa. Forget it. I'm not doing it. It's got the K mark, guys. It's got the K mark. Again, I have never seen this color combination in a slag glass. It is multicolored. Look at that. Look at that. I was just enamored with it. Love it. Beautiful. And then hanging on the wall here, we do have a Kitkat clock. Now, there are a number of different re-releases. I do believe this is from the 90s. I had one and then I recently sold one. It's priced at $99, which, believe it or not, that's even what the reproductions go for. Here we've got a piece of quote unquote slag glass. It was only $5, but they did have it marked as found. So I was like, it's not very slaggy. It's not marbleized enough. This giant this giant pig blue bank. Look at that face. Oh my goodness. I would have loved to have picked this up. Shipping on this would be a nightmare. So I do leave them behind. Oh, sad days, sad days. Again, beautiful pieces of hand painted. And our last item of the day is a German applied candlestick. Look at the detailing on this. There is some minor chipping on it. This little cherub here, he is so darling. There's no repairs. So I do decide to go ahead and pick him up. Love, love, love this piece. This is going to be a hard one to let go. So he'll sit on the shelf for a minute or two, but then we'll let him go. Alrighty, guys, here is our basket shot. Keep in mind, this isn't everything. We did have some things that we had to put up on the hold shelf. It was an amazing day. Lots of great goodies, and you are seeing some stuff that Jason and Tina picked up. That's it, guys. We're going to wrap it up outside. Well, guys, that is it for today's video at Black Rose Antiques in Hanover, Pennsylvania. I think that was pretty darn amazing. I mean, that was one heck of a cart shot. A cart! I needed a cart at an antique mall. I don't know that I've ever needed that before. So super exciting. And of course, it's always a pleasure to get to shop with Jason and Tina. I hope that you guys did enjoy today's video. And until next time, guys, remember, keep it rusty, crusty, and dusty. Bye, guys.